The sun had just risen over the planet of Kalara, its soft golden light spreading across the vast plains and glimmering mountains. From a distance, the city of Ardentia sparkled like a jewel, a mix of glass towers and advanced machinery. Humans had lived on Kalara for nearly a century now, part of a great effort to expand across the stars. The planet was still wild and dangerous, but it was home, and the people of Ardentia had learned to thrive against all odds. Among them was Captain Leora Vance, a young but experienced pilot in the United Earth Fleet. She stood on the observation deck of the city's main spaceport, staring at the endless stretch of blue sky and thinking about the mission ahead. Today, she would lead a crew to explore the outer regions of Kalara, an area no human had ever charted before. The mission was dangerous, but for Leora, danger was a familiar companion. Her ship, the Aurora's Edge, gleamed in the sunlight. Its silver hull reflected the dawn as ground crew made final preparations. Leora's heart beat faster at the thought of leaving the city behind. She loved Ardentia, but the unknown called to her more than any comfort ever could. "Captain Vance," said Lieutenant Kale, her second-in-command, approaching briskly. Kyle was tall, with dark hair pulled into a tight braid and eyes that seemed to see everything at once. "All systems are ready. The engines are running at full capacity and the cargo holds are secure." Leora nodded. "Good, we can't afford any mistakes today. Keep the team focused. The outer planes are unstable. One wrong move and we could lose more than just time." Kale gave a firm nod. "Understood, Captain. The crew is ready." Leora turned back to the horizon. Beyond the mountains, the plains stretched endlessly, dotted with strange formations that glowed faintly in the morning light. These formations were remnants of an ancient alien civilization, their origin a mystery to the human explorers. Many had tried to study them, but the further they ventured, the more dangerous the terrain became. "Attention, crew," Leora's voice echoed through the communication system. "This is Captain Vance. Today we push beyond the known boundaries. Our mission is exploration, observation, and reporting. We represent humanity, and we carry its legacy into the stars. Be ready for anything. Move out in 5 minutes." From the hangar below, the crew assembled in perfect order. There was Dr. Ellen Rith, the ship's chief scientist, always curious and ready to study anything unknown. Engineer Jax Marlowe, who had an uncanny ability to fix any machine no matter how damaged. And Navigator Siratal, whose calm demeanor and sharp mind made her an expert at reading the stars. Together they formed a team that could face almost any challenge. The Aurora's Edge lifted from the ground smoothly, its engines humming like a gentle song. The city below grew smaller with each passing second until Ardentia was just a glittering cluster of lights against the vast wilderness. The ship moved faster and faster, leaving the familiar behind and entering the unknown. Hours passed as the crew navigated through the outer plains. The terrain became more treacherous, with jagged rock formations and deep chasms. Strange creatures could be seen in the distance, their movements swift and cautious. Leora kept the ship steady, her hands firm on the controls. She felt the thrill of discovery in every fiber of her being. Suddenly, Sira's voice broke the calm. "Captain, I'm detecting an anomaly ahead. Energy readings are unusual, very high levels, unlike anything we've recorded before." Leora's eyes narrowed. "Show me." On the main screen, a massive structure emerged from the mist. It was unlike anything human eyes had seen. Towering spires of metal and crystal rose into the sky, glowing with an inner light that pulsed rhythmically. The design was elegant yet alien, and it seemed to radiate a quiet power. Dr. Ellen Rith gasped. This is incredible. The technology here is ancient, but it's unlike anything we've discovered. The energy, it's alive somehow." Leora's mind raced. "Prepare a landing team. We need to investigate, but stay cautious. We don't know what's waiting inside." The ship descended carefully, touching down on a flat plateau near the structure. Dust rose around the landing site, settling slowly as the engines powered down. The crew donned exploration suits, each fitted with sensors and communication devices. As they approached the alien structure, the ground beneath their feet hummed faintly, vibrating in harmony with the pulsing light of the spires. Leora felt a strange sensation, as if the structure itself was aware of their presence. They entered a grand hall, its ceiling stretching impossibly high. Symbols etched into the walls glowed softly, illuminating the space with a calming light. The air smelled faintly metallic but fresh, as if the structure was still alive in some way. Dr. Ellen Rith moved forward, scanning the walls. These markings, They're a form of language, but not like anything human. Whoever built this, they were intelligent beyond our understanding. Suddenly, a section of the wall shifted, revealing a passageway lined with more glowing symbols. The crew exchanged glances. Leora stepped forward first, her instincts telling her that this path held answers. As they moved deeper into the structure, the light intensified. The air seemed to vibrate with energy, and the pulsing from the spires grew louder, almost like a heartbeat. Leora felt her hand tighten on her communicator. "Keep your focus. We don't know what we're dealing with." At the heart of the structure, they found a chamber filled with massive crystalline pillars. Each pillar contained a swirling, luminous energy, casting reflections across the walls. In the center, a pedestal rose from the floor, holding a sphere of pure light. Dr. Ellen Rith approached it cautiously. This could be a power source, or maybe a message. Something left behind by the creators of this place. Leora examined the sphere. It felt warm, almost inviting, and yet it held an unspoken warning. "We need to take readings and report this back, but don't touch it until we know what it is." Suddenly, the sphere pulsed brightly, sending waves of energy across the room. The crew stumbled but managed to stay on their feet. Leora realized the structure was reacting to their presence. "We've activated it somehow," she said. "Stay calm. Observe everything. We can learn more if we don't panic." As the pulsing slowed, a voice echoed, not through speakers but in their minds. It was calm, resonant, and intelligent. "Welcome, travelers. You are the first of your kind to arrive. You carry the legacy of your world. We have awaited you." The crew froze, stunned by the revelation. Leora's heart raced. We come in peace. We seek knowledge and understanding." The voice responded, "Then you shall witness the history of the stars and the strength of your kind. But beware, the path is not without challenge. Only those with courage, wisdom, and unity may succeed." Leora exchanged glances with her crew. The mission had just become far more than exploration. They were now part of something greater, something that could change the future of humanity forever. The sphere's light dimmed slightly, leaving a soft glow. Leora felt determination rise within her. "We are ready. Whatever comes next, we face it together." And with that, the crew of the Aurora's Edge stepped further into the unknown, unaware of the trials, discoveries, and wonders that awaited them beyond the heart of the alien structure. Outside, the sun continued to rise over Kailara, its light spilling over the plains and mountains. Humanity's reach had expanded once more, and the first steps into a new chapter had been taken. The glow from the sphere in the alien chamber settled into a soft hum, pulsing gently as if it were alive. Captain Leora Vance felt a strange connection with it, a sense that the structure itself was observing her crew. She took a slow breath and motioned for everyone to follow her deeper into the chamber. "Stay close," Leora instructed. "We don't know what this place is capable of." Dr. Ellen Rith adjusted her scanner, eyes wide with excitement. "These readings are unlike anything I've seen. The energy in this structure, it's intelligent. Not alive like an organism, but aware in a way. It reacts to us." Engineer Jax Marlowe scratched his head. "Great, so it's like a super smart building that wants to watch us fumble around?" Kale shot Jax a look, but Leora couldn't help but allow a small smile. "Let's focus on learning, not joking." The crew stepped through a narrow corridor, walls lined with symbols that glowed faintly in rhythm with the sphere's heartbeat. Every step seemed to echo, though no sound could be heard. It was as if the building itself communicated through vibrations and light. Siratal, the navigator, paused to examine one of the symbols. "I've seen patterns like this in deep space mapping. It's like star charts, but not of our galaxy. Maybe this structure holds knowledge about other civilizations, other planets." Leora nodded. "Then we need to be careful but thorough. We might hold keys to secrets humanity hasn't even dreamed of yet." At the end of the corridor, they reached a massive doorway, carved from a single piece of unknown metal. The surface rippled slightly like liquid glass. As Leora stepped closer, the doorway responded, opening silently to reveal a grand hall beyond. The new chamber was immense, stretching higher than any human could build. Holographic images floated in mid-air, showing distant stars, galaxies, and strange, unfamiliar planets. Some images moved, showing civilizations rising and falling, ships traveling through space, and planets being shaped by unknown forces. Ellen gasped. This is a record. The builders of this place, they documented the universe itself. Leora stepped forward, eyes wide with wonder. We're standing in the history of the stars. As they explored, the light from the sphere behind them pulsed, sending waves across the floor. Suddenly, a projection appeared, showing a map of Kalara and the surrounding regions. A specific location was highlighted, a jagged mountain range far beyond where humans had ever traveled. Kale pointed at the projection. Captain, it's pointing somewhere. This could be a message, or a warning. Leora studied the map carefully. Whatever it is, it's clear they wanted us to see it. We need to investigate that area. Prepare the ship. The crew returned to the Aurora's edge, their minds buzzing with questions. Jax carefully examined the ship's systems, ensuring they could handle the unknown terrain ahead. Dr. Ellen stored data from the alien structure, her excitement barely contained. Sierra calculated the safest course, analyzing gravitational anomalies and energy fields that surrounded the mountains. It won't be easy, she warned. The path is dangerous, filled with unstable terrain and strong energy fields. But we can make it, Leora nodded. We've faced danger before. Humanity thrives in challenges. This mission, it's more than exploration. It's a chance to prove what we're capable of. As the Aurora's edge lifted off, the plains of Kalara stretched below them, still bathed in the morning sun. The mountains ahead were jagged, their peaks cutting sharply into the sky. Energy pulses from the alien structure seemed to follow them, a guiding light in the vast wilderness. Hours passed as the ship navigated the treacherous terrain. Lightning-like energy arcs sometimes crackled across the sky, creating brilliant displays of light and shadow. Strange bird-like creatures soared among the peaks, their wings shimmering in colors unseen on Earth. Adjusting course, Sierra announced. There's a valley ahead that could provide safer passage. Leora leaned over the controls, eyes fixed on the path. Take it slow. I don't want any surprises. As they descended into the valley, the ship's sensors detected something unusual, a network of underground tunnels glowing faintly with the same energy signature as the alien structure. Dr. Ellen's eyes lit up. This could be a settlement, or a repository of knowledge. Whoever built the structure, they left more behind, Kale frowned. Or a trap. We need to be cautious. The crew debated their next move. Leora, as always, made the decision. We explore, but only carefully. Take a small team. Jax, Ellen, Kale, and I will go down first. Sierra, keep the ship ready for evacuation. The landing module descended into the glowing tunnels, dust rising as it touched the ground. Leora led the team out, their boots echoing softly against the metallic floor. The walls pulsed with energy, reacting to their presence in subtle ways. As they ventured deeper, the tunnels opened into a vast chamber. Crystal spires rose from the floor like a forest of glass, each radiating light and warmth. Strange devices hovered near the walls, their functions unclear. Ellen approached one device, scanning it carefully. This is advanced, far beyond anything humans have built. The energy here, it's alive but controlled. Whoever made this, they mastered it completely. Suddenly the ground trembled. A low hum vibrated through the chamber, and the spire's light shifted from gentle pulses to sharp flashes. Leora raised her hand. Everyone stay calm. Observe and report. We don't know if it's hostile or just reactive. A projection appeared in the center of the chamber. It was a humanoid figure, made entirely of light and energy, standing taller than any human. Its face was featureless but emanated intelligence and awareness. Welcome, children of Earth, the figure spoke, its voice resonating in their minds. You have proven curiosity and courage, and thus you are worthy to witness our legacy. But be warned, the path ahead will challenge your unity, strength, and resolve. Kyle whispered, It talks directly to our minds. Incredible. Leora nodded. We respect your guidance. Show us the way. The figure raised its arms and the chamber shifted. Platforms rose from the ground, connecting different spires. Holographic symbols floated above each platform, displaying patterns that seemed almost musical in their rhythm. Ellen gasped. It's teaching us something. These patterns, they could be instructions or codes. We need to understand them. Jack stepped closer, examining the energy flows. If we can decipher this, it could change everything. Energy manipulation, navigation, even weapon systems. The possibilities are endless. The figure's voice echoed again. Your species holds great potential. But remember, The greatest strength lies not in technology, but in unity, wisdom, and courage. Alone you are fragile. Together you are unstoppable. Leora felt a swell of pride. Humanity had faced countless challenges, from wars to environmental collapse, yet here they were, stepping boldly into the unknown. "We are ready," she said. "We will learn, we will grow, and we will honor this legacy." The figure's light dimmed slightly, then projected a series of symbols directly into the crew's minds. Images of star systems, alien civilizations, and incredible technologies filled their thoughts. The energy of the structure seemed to integrate with their minds, sharing knowledge and history in ways words could never describe. Hours passed as the crew absorbed the information. They began to understand patterns of energy manipulation, interstellar navigation, and ancient wisdom left behind by a civilization far older than humanity. Each of them felt both humbled and empowered, knowing they were standing at the threshold of something far greater than themselves. As the first light of Kalara's sun touched the peaks outside, Leora gathered her crew. "We have learned much, but this is only the beginning. The mountains hold more secrets, and the structure has only begun to reveal them. Our journey is far from over." Ellen smiled, exhaustion and excitement mingling in her expression. "Captain, this is the greatest discovery humanity has ever made. We're witnessing history," Kale nodded, "and we're part of it. Humanity's reach is just beginning." Leora looked at the glowing figure one last time. "We honor your legacy. We will carry it forward, and we will make humanity stronger, wiser, and united, just as you wished." The figure's light shimmered one final time before fading, leaving the chamber bathed in a soft, steady glow. The crew knew the path ahead would be difficult, filled with unknown dangers and trials. But they also knew that together, humanity could rise to any challenge. With renewed determination, Captain Leora Vance led her team back to the Aurora's edge. Beyond the mountains, beyond the glowing spires, the universe waited. Humanity's journey into the stars was only beginning, and the first steps of the starbound legacy had been firmly taken. The mountains of Kylara loomed large as the Aurora's edge glided smoothly through the valley. Captain Leora Vance sat in the pilot's seat, eyes focused on the jagged peaks ahead. Behind her, the glow from the alien structure lingered faintly on the horizon, a constant reminder of the knowledge they had just begun to uncover. "Course is set for the northern ridge," Siratal reported, her fingers flying over the controls. "We'll arrive at the coordinates the structure projected in about 3 hours." Leora nodded. "Keep sensors active. The energy fields there may be strong, and we don't know what else might be waiting." Dr. Ellen Rith, still absorbing the data from the chamber, was hunched over a portable scanner. "Captain, the readings from that structure are incredible. It's not just energy. It's a system, almost like a living library. If we can decode it fully, we could unlock centuries of knowledge." Jax Marlowe leaned against the console, arms crossed. "Let's just hope that knowledge doesn't come with traps. I don't want to be the first human to get fried by a glowing crystal." Kyle, ever watchful, added, "Caution is key. We don't know what defenses the structure may have left behind. Some of this energy is unpredictable." Leora's gaze sharpened. "Exactly. Stay alert, everyone. Our training and unity are what will see us through." The Aurora's edge entered the northern ridge, the terrain below a chaotic jumble of rock spires, glowing fissures, and strange vegetation that shimmered faintly in the alien light. The ship's sensors flickered occasionally as the energy fields interfered with readings. "Adjusting shields," Jack said, tapping the controls. "These fields are strong, but we can ride through." As they descended closer to the ridge, the crew noticed movement along the cliffs. Strange creatures, unlike any recorded on Kalara, slithered and glided between the rocks. Their forms glowed faintly, echoing the energy patterns of the alien structure. Ellen leaned forward. "These creatures? They're not hostile yet, but they seem connected to the energy. They might be guardians of the region." Leora's expression hardened. "Then we must respect their space but continue the mission. The coordinates from the structure are too important to ignore." The landing site appeared as a flat plateau, illuminated by natural light filtering through the jagged peaks. The ground hummed faintly, the same resonance they had felt in the alien chamber. As the ship touched down, a low vibration passed through the hull. "Everyone ready?" Leora asked. "Ready," Kyle replied. "Let's move carefully," Leora said, leading the team out of the ship. The alien terrain stretched in every direction. Crystals jutted from the ground, glowing softly, while strange plants swayed without wind, reacting to the energy around them. They followed a narrow path leading into a canyon. The walls were lined with glowing symbols similar to those in the structure, but here they were scattered as if marking a trail. These markings, Ellen whispered, scanning with her device. They're instructions, like a guide. Whoever created this place wanted someone to follow. As they advanced, the ground suddenly trembled. Dust fell from the cliffs above, and the faint humming of energy grew louder, almost like a warning. Leora raised her hand. Stop, everyone, stay alert. From the shadows of the canyon, a figure emerged. It was massive, humanoid in shape, but its body was made entirely of the same glowing energy as the crystals around them. Its eyes, or what seemed like eyes, focused on the crew. Kyle whispered, a guardian. I thought these creatures were just small, but this is different. The energy being moved closer, its presence radiating both power and intelligence. Yet it did not attack. Instead, it raised its hand as if acknowledging the humans. Leora stepped forward cautiously. We mean no harm. We are explorers. We seek knowledge, not conflict. The Guardian's voice resonated in their minds. Humans of Kalara, your courage is noted. But knowledge must be earned. You have come far, yet the trials of understanding are not yet complete. Ellen scanned her device. It's communicating telepathically like the figure in the structure. Leora nodded. We accept the trials. Tell us what we must do. The Guardian's energy shimmered, creating a path ahead. Symbols floated in the air, forming patterns that glowed with increasing intensity. Each pattern pulsed rhythmically, and Leora instinctively understood that it was a test, a challenge to read, interpret, and act. This is incredible, Ellen whispered. It's testing our minds and our unity. We have to work together to decode these symbols. Jax frowned. Great, so it's a puzzle. Just what I needed. Giant glowing puzzles in the middle of alien mountains. Kale studied the sequence carefully. It's more than a puzzle. It's a combination of logic and instinct. If we don't act together, it could reset or trigger something. Leora squared her shoulders. Then we act as one. Focus on the patterns. Trust each other. The crew moved forward, interpreting the floating symbols. Each correct sequence they followed caused the Guardian's energy to ripple approvingly. Missteps resulted in flashes of light, but never harm, at least not yet. Hours passed as they navigated the trials. Their teamwork, knowledge, and courage were tested repeatedly. Ellen deciphered complex sequences, Jax manipulated energy flows, Kale calculated precise movements, and Leora guided them through each challenge. Finally, they reached the end of the canyon. The Guardian's light intensified, then coalesced into a sphere hovering in front of them. Inside, a projection of a star system appeared, one unlike any in human records. Planets shimmered with colors and energies that defied earthly physics. This is a map, Leora said, awe in her voice. Not just of stars, but of energy flows. The builders of the structure. They charted the universe in ways we've never imagined. The Guardian's voice echoed once more. You have succeeded in this trial. You have proven courage, unity, and wisdom. But know this, the universe is vast and its challenges are many. The path of humanity is only beginning. Ellen's eyes shone. Captain, this knowledge, it could advance human understanding centuries ahead. Energy manipulation, interstellar travel, communication with distant civilizations. Leora nodded. Yes, but we must remember what the Guardian said. Knowledge without unity is fragile. We carry this forward as one team, one humanity. Suddenly, the ground beneath them vibrated. A low hum turned into a rumble, and cracks appeared along the canyon floor. The energy of the Guardian surged, and strange creatures, larger than before, emerged from the shadows. They glowed with the same energy patterns, their forms sleek and powerful. Kale drew his weapon, prepared to defend the crew. They're testing us again. Stay close. Leora's voice was steady. No sudden attacks. Observe and respond carefully. They're part of the trial, not mindless enemies. The creatures circled the team, studying them with intelligence. Leora noticed that each movement of the creatures corresponded to the energy patterns they had solved earlier. It was as if the creatures were extensions of the Guardian, designed to test physical skill and coordination. Ellen smiled, excitement overtaking fear. It's another trial. We need to move together, follow the energy flows, and demonstrate unity in motion. The team sprang into action, mimicking the creature's movements while aligning with the energy patterns. Each successful step caused the energy to calm, and the glowing creatures followed their lead, matching their motions perfectly. Minutes felt like hours. But finally, the last creature stepped aside, the energy of the canyon settling into a gentle pulse. The guardian's voice returned, serene and approving. You have passed. You have demonstrated that humanity can face challenges with courage, wisdom, and unity. Your legacy is now intertwined with the knowledge of the stars. Go forth and explore, for the universe awaits your kind. Leora exhaled, relief and pride washing over her. We did it. We proved ourselves, Ellen laughed softly. And we learned more in a single day than in a century of study back on Earth. Kale nodded. And we did it together. That's what counts. As the crew returned to the Aurora's edge, the glow of the Guardian faded behind them. The mountains of Kalara no longer seemed threatening, but full of possibility, secrets waiting to be discovered and challenges to overcome. Leora looked at her team, her heart swelling with pride. Today we took another step into the unknown. Humanity will thrive in the stars, not just because of our strength, but because of our unity and courage. Remember this feeling. We are capable of greatness. The ship lifted off once more, leaving the canyon behind. Beyond the mountains, the vastness of space awaited. The trials of Kalara had tested them, taught them, and prepared them for the future. The starbound legacy was no longer just a name, it was their destiny. The Aurora's edge soared higher, leaving the jagged peaks of Kalara behind. Outside the viewports, the horizon stretched endlessly, a swirl of clouds and distant stars. Captain Leora Vance sat in her chair, her hands resting lightly on the console. The trials they had faced in the canyon had left her both exhausted and invigorated. Humanity had proven its courage and unity, but the universe still held far greater challenges. Captain, Siratal reported, her voice calm but focused. We've entered the region marked by the alien map. Sensor readings indicate anomalies in energy flows across multiple star systems. Leora leaned forward, eyes narrowing. Show me. The main screen displayed a map of several nearby systems, each pulsing with faint energy, similar to what they had seen in the alien structure. Certain planets were highlighted in gold, as if they contained important knowledge or resources. Ellen's eyes sparkled. These systems, they're alive in a sense. The energy is concentrated, almost like it's focused on specific locations. Perhaps these are repositories of knowledge or technology left by the builders. Jax rubbed his chin, and probably full of surprises or danger. Probably both, Kale crossed his arms. We should proceed with caution. The alien map may mark safe areas, but we don't know what else lies in these systems. One wrong move and we lose more than a few days of work, Leora finished for him. She smiled faintly. I know, but we can't let fear stop us. Humanity thrives because we take risks, explore the unknown, and learn from it. The crew prepared for descent into the first highlighted system, designated as Arvane 3. The system's sun glowed faintly green, casting eerie shadows across nearby planets. The ship's sensors detected unusual gravitational patterns, making navigation difficult. Sira adjusted the flight path carefully. We'll need to use the energy currents detected by the structure to stabilize our approach. It's unusual, but I can manage. As the ship entered orbit around the first planet, a sense of calm fell over the crew. The planet's surface was covered with crystalline formations, glowing faintly like the alien structure on Kalara. There were no signs of life, but the energy readings were off the charts. This is incredible, Ellen whispered, scanning the surface. It's a natural amplification system. The crystals are absorbing and channeling energy from the sun, like a massive power network. Leora's eyes narrowed with focus. We need to explore, but carefully. We don't know if the crystals are just passive energy collectors or if they're reactive. The landing module descended onto the planet's surface. As soon as it touched down, the ground pulsed under their feet. A soft vibration traveled through the module, then into the land around it. The crystals on the ground began to shimmer and rearrange themselves, forming pathways that seemed deliberate. These formations, Kale said slowly, they're not random. They're guiding us, Ellen stepped forward, scanner in hand. It's like the planet itself wants to communicate. Perhaps this is another trial like the canyon on Kalara. Leora nodded. Stay alert. Observe, interpret, and act together. That's how we succeeded before. Following the crystal pathways, the crew arrived at a central chamber formed naturally from the largest crystals. The walls hummed with energy, sending vibrations through the air. In the center, a crystalline pedestal held a sphere of light, smaller than the one on Kalara but pulsating with equal intensity. Ellen's hands shook slightly as she approached. It's a miniature version of the structure's core. The energy is alive, just like before. Suddenly, the sphere projected a holographic figure, similar to the guardian they had met in Kalara's canyon. It spoke directly into their minds, calm and resonant. Humans of Kalara, the figure said, you have learned quickly. You have passed trials of courage and unity. Now you face the test of resourcefulness. Energy flows are the foundation of the universe. To succeed, you must learn to harmonize with it, not control it. Leora turned to her team. We've come this far together. We adapt, we observe, and we work as one. That's how we'll succeed. The holographic figure pulsed and the crystals around them shifted. Beams of light formed complex patterns in the chamber, connecting various nodes in a lattice across the floor. Ellen studied the energy carefully. These beams, they're like circuits but alive. We can't just touch them. They respond to thought, focus, and intention. We need to guide the energy without forcing it. Jack stepped forward cautiously. So it's like piloting the energy itself. One wrong move and we could destabilize the whole system. Kyle nodded. Then we move as one. Follow the patterns, trust each other, and focus. The team began the trial. Leora guided their movements, reading the energy pulses like a rhythm. Ellen interpreted the shifting patterns, predicting where the beams would flow next. Jax used precise gestures to redirect the energy along safe paths, while Kale monitored the stability of each sequence. Minutes stretched into hours as they worked together, each step requiring concentration, communication, and trust. The beams of energy danced around them, forming intricate patterns that shimmered with every correct action. Mistakes caused flashes of light, but the team adapted quickly, learning from each pulse. Finally, the central sphere reacted. Its light intensified, filling the chamber with a radiant glow. The beams of energy stabilized, forming a perfect lattice that hummed harmoniously. The holographic figure appeared once more. You have succeeded, it said. You have harmonized with energy, demonstrating skill, focus, and unity. You are ready to carry knowledge into the wider universe. But remember, energy is only one aspect. Wisdom and courage will guide you further than power ever could. Ellen exhaled, awe written across her face. Captain, this knowledge, the possibilities, it's beyond anything humanity has ever known. Leora smiled, but her expression was serious. We've learned much, yes. But we must remember the lessons. Unity, focus, and courage. That is what will make humanity strong across the stars. Kyle added, and we've also learned that the universe is full of challenges. Knowledge isn't enough. We have to act wisely and together. As they prepared to leave the planet, the crystals pulsed one final time, sending waves of energy across the surface. The vibrations felt like a farewell, as if the planet itself was acknowledging their success. The Aurora's edge lifted smoothly, ascending into orbit. Beyond the planet, more systems awaited, each marked on the alien map, each likely containing its own challenges and lessons. Sierra adjusted the ship's course. Next system is 3 light days away. Sensor readings suggest more complex energy patterns. We should be ready. Leora looked at her crew, her heart filled with pride and determination. We've passed trials on Kalara and here on Arvane 3, but the universe is vast. There will be more challenges, more tests, and more discoveries. Whatever comes next, we face it together. Humanity's legacy is just beginning. Ellen nodded. Captain, I think we're seeing the start of something incredible. This journey, it could define humanity for centuries. Jack smirked. And I thought my engineering challenges back home were tough. This is next level. Kyle chuckled softly. We're living it. Humanity in the stars, and we're proving that courage and unity are more powerful than any alien technology. Leora smiled, her gaze steady on the stars ahead. Exactly. We are humans. We explore, we learn, and we overcome. The starbound legacy continues. The Aurora's edge accelerated, leaving the glowing planet behind. Beyond the systems, beyond the stars, the universe stretched endlessly. But Captain Leora Vance and her crew were ready. They had faced trials, uncovered knowledge, and proven themselves. The journey was far from over, but humanity had taken its place among the stars, stronger, wiser, and united. The first steps of the Starbound legacy had led to trials of courage, unity, and wisdom. The next steps promised adventure, discovery, and the chance to prove that humanity could rise to any challenge, no matter how vast, mysterious, or dangerous the universe might be. The stars stretched endlessly before the aurora's edge, a tapestry of light and darkness that promised both wonder and challenge. Captain Leora Vance sat in the pilot's chair, her hands resting lightly on the controls. The previous trials on Kalara and Arvane 3 had tested their courage, unity, and wisdom. But now, the alien map had guided them to a location far beyond familiar space, a system shrouded in mystery and ancient energy. "Captain," Siratal said, her voice steady but tense. "We've entered the final coordinates indicated by the alien map. Sensor readings are unusual. Energy levels are extremely high and the gravitational field is fluctuating unpredictably." Leora's eyes narrowed. "Show me." The main screen displayed a planet unlike any they had seen. Its surface was covered in crystalline structures, but these were massive, sprawling, and connected in a web-like pattern across the planet. Surrounding the planet were several moons, each glowing faintly, their orbits irregular. Streams of energy arced between the planet and moons, forming a web that pulsed rhythmically like a heartbeat. Dr. Ellen Rith leaned forward, awe in her voice. This is incredible. The energy patterns are enormous. Whoever built this, they were masters of the universe's forces. This planet could hold knowledge beyond imagination. Jax rubbed his chin. And probably traps beyond imagination, too. I'm guessing the builders wanted only the worthy to succeed. Kyle crossed his arms. Which means this is the ultimate test. We've prepared as best we can, but we need to stay alert. Leora nodded. Exactly. We proceed with caution. Observe, adapt, and act together. That is how humanity thrives. That is our strength. The aurora's edge descended toward the planet, navigating carefully through the energy streams. The ship's shields pulsed in response to the fluctuating fields, but Sira managed the controls expertly, keeping them on course. Landing site identified, Sira reported. A plateau near the largest crystalline structure. It seemed stable enough for descent. As the ship touched down, a low vibration ran through the hull. The crystals around the landing site pulsed softly, then brighter, as if acknowledging the humans' arrival. Leora led the crew out, stepping onto the surface. The ground hummed with energy, resonating with the patterns they had encountered before. The central structure ahead was massive, rising higher than any building on Kalara. Its surface shimmered with light and beams of energy connected it to the surrounding moons. Ellen scanned the area. "Captain, this energy, it's alive, but it's also conscious. It reacts to our presence. This will be the ultimate test of harmony and unity." Kale frowned. "So the planet itself is part of the trial. And it's huge. One wrong move and we could disrupt the system." Leora squared her shoulders. "Then we move carefully together. Humanity has faced impossible odds before. This is no different. Trust in each other." The crew approached the central structure, its surface alive with shifting symbols and light. As they moved closer, the energy patterns intensified, forming pathways that led inside. The floor beneath their feet pulsed, vibrating in sync with the beams of energy. Suddenly, the same holographic figure they had encountered on Kalara and Arvane 3 appeared, larger than before, radiating immense power. "Humans of Kalara," it spoke in their minds, "you have learned courage, unity, and wisdom. Now you face the final trial. The balance of energy is delicate. You must harmonize with it fully, using every skill and insight you have gained. Only then will the legacy of the builders be entrusted to you." Leora nodded firmly. "We are ready. We face this together." The holographic figure raised its arms and the chamber shifted. Platforms rose and fell. Beams of energy arced between pillars and holographic symbols floated above each crystal. The energy pulsed in complex patterns, demanding perfect coordination, focus, and understanding. Ellen studied the sequences. "Captain, this is beyond anything we've done before. The patterns are faster, more intricate, and they respond instantly to our actions." Jax flexed his fingers. "Then we follow, adapt, and trust. Together." Kale added, "We move as one. That's our only chance." Leora led the team, each member performing their role flawlessly. She read the energy flows, guiding the team along the correct paths. Ellen interpreted the shifting sequences, predicting the next steps. Jax manipulated energy channels precisely, while Kale monitored stability and safety. The beams of energy danced around them, forming intricate patterns that shimmered and shifted in real time. Missteps were met with flashes of light and small vibrations, but the team adapted quickly. Hours passed, each movement requiring concentration, communication, and absolute trust. Suddenly, the final sequence appeared, a massive lattice of energy connecting the central crystal to the surrounding moons. The holographic figure's voice echoed, "This is the culmination of your journey. Harmonize with the universe itself. Show the strength of humanity's unity and wisdom." Leora took a deep breath. "Everyone focus, this is it. One movement, one thought at a time. Together." The team moved with perfect coordination. Energy flowed in harmony, responding to their every action. The lattice shimmered brighter, its rhythm syncing with their heartbeat, their focus, their unity. Ellen whispered, "Captain, it's working. The energy, it's responding. We're connected to it." Jax grinned. "We're controlling the impossible. Or maybe it's controlling us, but either way, it's working." Kale's voice was steady, resolute. "Keep moving. Don't lose focus. We're almost there." The lattice of energy pulsed one final time, then surged, filling the chamber and the surrounding planet with brilliant light. The vibrations calmed, the energy stabilized, and the holographic figure appeared once more, its glow softer, more serene. "You have succeeded," it said. "You have harmonized with energy, with knowledge, and with each other. You have proven that humanity possesses the qualities necessary to inherit this legacy: courage, unity, wisdom, and adaptability. The Builder's knowledge is now entrusted to you." Ellen exhaled in awe. "Captain, we did it. We really did it, humanity. We're capable of this," Leora smiled, pride and determination shining in her eyes. "Yes, Ellen, but remember the lesson. Knowledge is powerful, but only if we use it wisely. Humanity's strength comes not from the energy, the technology, or the stars, but from our unity, courage, and wisdom." Kale nodded. "And from the willingness to face the unknown together." Jax laughed softly. "I'll admit, that was the toughest trial I've ever faced, but it feels amazing to know we did it as a team." The holographic figure's glow faded, leaving the chamber bathed in a steady, warm light. The energy lattice remained, now stable and radiant, a gift and a guide for humanity. Leora looked out at the stars. "This is only the beginning. The Builder's knowledge will help us explore, protect, and expand humanity's reach across the galaxy, but it's up to us to use it wisely, to act with courage, unity, and wisdom in every challenge we face." Ellen smiled. "Captain, I think this is the moment humanity truly begins its journey among the stars." Kale added, "And we've proven we can rise to any challenge. The universe won't stop us, no matter how vast or mysterious." Jax leaned back, arms crossed, smiling. "I can't wait to see what's next. But for now, let's savor this victory. We earned it." Leora nodded, feeling a deep sense of fulfillment. "We've faced trials, discovered knowledge, and proven our strength. Humanity has a place among the stars, and the starbound legacy continues. This is the first chapter of a story that will stretch across light years, across civilizations, and across time itself." The Aurora's edge lifted from the planet, its engines glowing softly in the stabilized energy field. Beyond the moons and crystalline lattice, the stars beckoned. Humanity's journey had reached a new beginning, filled with potential, challenges, and wonders beyond imagination. Leora sat in the pilot's chair, her gaze fixed on the infinite horizon. The starbound legacy had begun, and humanity had proven itself ready to rise among the stars. Not because of technology alone, but because of courage, unity, and wisdom. The universe awaited, vast and mysterious, and humanity would answer the call.